I'm very grateful that all other women have spoken up because I felt very lonely and it's been very difficult.
言ったとしても言えないと思うんですけど、言ったとしたらその人にやられそうじゃないですか。だから言えないです。
On September 24th, Ryuga Gotoku Studio, known for the Yakuza franchise, broadcasted their annual game presentation, RGG Summit. During the stream, they announced 2 new titles to be released as one package, Yakuza Kiwami 3, a remake of Yakuza 3, and Dark Ties, a Yakuza 3 spin-off. Both reveals were met with excitement from fans as Kiwami 3 was a highly requested remake, and Dark Ties would star fan-favorite character Yoshitaka Mine. The stream also revealed 3 major characters would be recasted and redesigned after their new actors' likenesses. Reactions were mixed, but the initial controversy would be overshadowed just days later when troubling reports resurfaced regarding the new face, voice, and facial mocap performer for Go Hamazaki. In July 2019, Teruyuki Kagawa essayed 2 women in a private room at a Ginza hostess club. The first was a senior hostess, or mama. She transferred in only a week ago, but what Kagawa did to her was unlike anything she'd faced in her 15 years of experience. Near the start of his visit, he grabbed her by the hair and began pulling out her hairpins one by one, tearing hair out with them. Against her will, he then sniffed her nape and stuck his fingers in her armpits. His other victim, Mireille, which is a pseudonym, was a bright and cheerful hostess in her 30s known to be able to handle drunk guests, which Kagawa targeted her for. Soon after she sat next to him, he reached into her dress, tore off her bra, kissed her, and groped her. She escaped with the help of staff, but upon returning for her things, Kagawa forced her to stay and essayed her, again on a video call to a junior kabuki actor. Word of his conduct spread through the club, humiliating her further when concerned customers called out to her after she got away. These were allegedly not isolated incidents. Kagawa was accused of violently hitting a female production staff member in the head in 2018. He'd been banned from most hostess clubs in Minato leading up to the incident in Ginza in 2019. One witness even claimed to have seen him groping hostesses on other occasions. His pattern of misconduct, however, would remain an open secret left unaddressed for years to come. Only the day after Daily Shinsho reported on Mireille's SA on August 24, 2022, did his agency Lotus Roots publish a statement admitting to wrongdoing. It and Kagawa's subsequent televised apologies were lambasted for a refusal to take accountability and suspend his activities. In response to the backlash and the publication of photos, and a second-hand account of the Mama's case, several of his media and advertising contracts were cancelled. His absence from entertainment would, however, be short-lived. Just 1 month later, on October 2nd, it was reported his return to Kabuki was under negotiation. With Ichikawa Danjiro, the 13th, then Ichikawa Ebizo, the 11th endorsement, Kagawa appeared in a special early performance of Danjiro's name succession ceremony on October 31st. He secured his comeback at the final ceremony during the December Grand Kabuki starting December 5th. At that point, the mama had yet to come forward with her story, but on December 27th, Daily Shinsho published an exclusive interview with her. In it, she revealed that she, unlike Mireille, had never received an apology from Kagawa. Responding to her request for an apology, Kagawa's legal team claimed she was taking advantage of the recent report. To them, it was not assault, and even if it was past the statute of limitations anyway. When Daily Shinsho contacted Lotus Roots for comment, they reiterated the same points. Contrary to their assertions, Kagawa's crimes were, and still are, within the statute of limitations. According to Masaru Wakasa, former vice director of the Tokyo District Public Prosecutor's Office's Special Investigation Division, his actions constitute the crime of indecency through compulsion. The crime carries a maximum sentence of 10 years and, as of 2017, doesn't require a formal complaint to pursue. The statute of limitations for indecency through compulsion is 7 years, ending July 2026 in Kagawa's case. Wakasa argued social consequences must be enforced in absence of legal consequences, yet, time and time again, it's Kagawa's victims who have paid the price. Though the two have seemingly reconciled since, Murray's now dropped 2020 lawsuit against the mama for failing to protect her from Kagawa led to the mama quitting the industry. While Murray herself has kept her silence, the account in the lawsuit speaks volumes. The psychological damage of being forced to see Kagawa's face every day against her will, despite efforts to avoid him, accumulated day by day. RGG Studio, in casting and promoting Kagawa in such a prominent role accompanying his return to film and television this year, is complicit in not only the entertainment industry's failure to enforce social consequences, but also the very thing that exacerbated Murray's PTSD. Following RGG Summit 2025, fans took to social media to express their outrage at the decision. What started with the Japanese fans, as reported in Shukin Josei Prime, later spread overseas, leading to the creation of the REMOVEKAGAWA hashtag and a change.org petition calling for a recast. The movement quickly spread, even going on to appear on Twitter's trending page multiple times worldwide. Growing discontent from fans garnered media attention in waves following significant actions of protest. Outlets such as Game Rant, Games Hub, and The Gamer covered the story. Japanese outlets such as Asage and Pinzaba News followed suit, with the latter making it to Yahoo News. Dozens of outlets across the globe have reported on the movement in multiple languages, with over 40 articles published to date. Of particular note is Polygon's article stating they reached out to Sega for comment on November 3rd, and have yet to receive one. And it's not just them. No outlet or individual has had success. However, RGG Studio has not only remained silent in the face of the widespread call for a response, but has even turned to censorship. Sega supports summarily marked feedback forms on the topic as solved. Their official Japanese Instagram account restricted and deleted comments containing the REMOVEKAGAWA hashtag. The producer and director of Yakuza Kiwami 3, Ryosuke Hori, hid replies concerning the movement on Twitter and threatened to block annoying replies. Long-standing Twitter parody account, RGG Studio UK, was also suspected of being taken down for speaking on the Kagawa situation. The censorship came to a head on October 31st during their monthly livestream. Their official Twitter account went on to hide replies criticizing the censorship. Their mirror stream on Nico Nico was also found to be censoring any mention of the hashtag or Kagawa's name, as well as various terms relating to SA, recasting, and dismissal. In both ignoring protests and hiring Kagawa in the first place, RGG has shown a blatant disregard for fans and women's rights. RGG throughout the years has immensely profited from their female fanbase. This is something they have acknowledged in both their marketing and promotional efforts. In a 2021 interview with Inside Games, RGG Studio head Masayoshi Yokoyama discussed with female fans the appeals of the series, as women were not the original target audience but were a large part of the fanbase. Yokoyama later clarifies in a 2024 interview with Japanese women's lifestyle magazine On that the fanbase's ratio of female to male fans is half and half. Later, in February 2025, RGG collaborated with On a second time with the publication of a magazine issue featuring main characters Majima, Kiryu, and Ichiban in the front cover, as well as a fictional interview with them. Besides Yokoyama, Ryosuke Hori has also spoken about the increase of female fans. In an interview with Automaton Media, when asked about his thoughts on the large female fanbase, Hori comments that he is grateful for the new audience. However, Hori adds he does not want to blatantly include a lot of conversations to please new fans. Despite female fans already loving the series in its current state, Hori believes they require conversations on stereotypically effeminate topics. Fellow developer and interviewee Hirotaka Chiba gave Nails as an example of such a topic. In March 2025, in an interview with the head of the Yakuza series at Sega, Ashita Yamazaki, Nikkei Cross Trend reported 70 to 80% of Yakuza merch buyers being women. RGG can be seen catering to this demographic with more merch pushes in the recent months. In fact, they even outright consider making merchandise targeted specifically towards their female audience in their 20th anniversary merch survey, which collected participants' genders, with items such as body pillows and lingerie. During the Kagawa campaign in October, RGG announced a paid lottery, offering the chance to host a fictional wedding with one of the Yakuza characters. Participants could hold a wedding ceremony with one of the 11 characters, 9 of which were male and were illustrated with female placeholders. Besides investing money into the series, female fans have also shown immense commitment when it comes to participation. During the development of Like a Dragon Gaiden Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii in July of 2024, RGG held a casting contest for their female fans to get an opportunity to appear in the game, showing they recognize the dedication of their female fanbase. Later in December of the same year, an official fan meeting promoting the game's release observed a high percentage of female attendance. Yokoyama reaffirms this fact, stating that about 90% of RGG event attendees are women. Additionally, both Yokoyama and Ryosuke Hori were in attendance as judges and speakers at the events. On top of all of RGG's promotional work and merchandising, their future releases that are part of the current controversy directly profit off of their female fanbase. In a 2013 interview with Shiro Nakamura, voice actor of Yoshitaka Mine, who, if you recall, is the protagonist of Dark Ties and also a major character in Yakuza 3, RGG states that Nakamura's character is very popular with women. Their recognition of this fact can still be seen with the merch push leading up to and following the announcement of Dark Ties. Overall, RGG has conveyed that they do not care for the physical well-being of 50% of their fanbase, whilst still benefiting off of them, ruining any goodwill they had accumulated over the years. Whether you're a longtime fan of the Yakuza games, or someone just stumbling upon this incident, immediate action is necessary. Silence will only continuously set up the precedent that perpetrators of sexual violence will go unpunished while victims are left to bear the consequences of their assaults. According to UN Women, 1 in 3 women worldwide have experienced physical and/or sexual violence. Moreover, Japan has a clear gender inequality when it comes to cases of sexual violence. According to a 2022 NHK survey, which has 38,000 responses, an overwhelming 91% of Japanese sexual violence victims are women. The survey also found that 23% of respondents were told by relatives or peers that their assault was an insignificant event. An additional 31% stayed completely silent about their experience out of fear of ostracization. This sentiment of apathy and victim blaming can be reflected in both Japan's rates of underreporting rape and the conviction of rapists. In an analysis of 5 case studies spanning from 2008 to 2023, David Johnson, professor of sociology at the University of Hawaii Manoa, found that only 5 to 10% of victims of rape report the crime, and reports only resulted in a 2% conviction rate. As of January of 2026, it appears that RGG is sticking with their decision of casting Kagawa. What is now the purpose of raising awareness or boycotting? We seek out escapism, in this case through video games, to relieve ourselves from our burdens, but ultimately, we should be mindful of the cost of obtaining this personal comfort. Kagawa's case is a product of Japan's legal system failing to protect women, and RGG is contributing to that failure by providing Kagawa a platform. Though there are limitations on what most people can do to change this, assuming most viewers of this are from abroad, it is still essential to stand in solidarity with the same people who suffer from that system by boycotting any RGG products. If you are seeing this message, you have certainly sought out fan content for Yakuza, and without a doubt you have interacted with content made by women. We often think of fandom as merely enjoying the entertainment it is built around. However, that stance undermines how the community undoubtedly enhances appreciation for that piece of entertainment itself. In the end, what is important is the real people that make up this community.